What's going on, everybody? Today I'm watching Oaklands 2 Devlog 1 by Hoofer. If you guys don't know who Hoofer is, lead developer of Oaklands 1. Are we allowed to say that now? Oaklands 1. And subscribe to the channel, of course. But he put Oaklands 2, and I don't know, probably some jokey thing, but for 6 minutes, there's no way he made a joke 6 minutes long. So we're also live streaming. That's why you also want to, let's give it a like too. That's also why you want to subscribe, so you can see these live streams and all the crazy stuff that happens. This is literally my first time seeing this. Let's check it out. Is there copyright? There ain't copyright, I'm sure.
Grass, sand, water, meat cube. These four materials.
Thank you, Jacob, for becoming a member. Now you're that will live on in this video forever. But this is already a joke.
Materials come together to form.
Hoofer, what are you doing? Hoofer. Screenshot.
Oh my gosh, it's Oaklands 2!
Dude, got that squirrel talking, dude. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is like, this April Fool's, man. This is the beginning of the month. It's the first you do this. What's going on, dude? He's got the squirrel talking, dude. You know he was on his computer moving that squirrel around for his video.
I can't believe it! Oh my gosh, they're making a second Oaklands! What? 2 Oaklands in one? Now you might be thinking, Hoofer, how in the world did we get here? So, let me tell you, about
Chicken Jockey! Go crazy in the chat right now.
14 months ago to be exact, I decided I want to try messing with Godot and making a terrain system, and it went beautifully. There was so many issues and bugs, and I mean, I eventually got it working, and you know, I put some grass down. I got beautiful looking grass, and it looks beautiful.
It's not April 1st today.
I love grass. The only problem is I don't really know what I'm doing, and it wasn't very optimized, and it was kind of a mess, and I didn't really know what to do. So, you know, I decided I'm scrapping this, not gonna mess with it, gonna go to Roblox. But then I changed my mind again.
I love the guy walking across the screen.
Going again. I'm going right back to Godot, right back. And I made a building system, and it works. But, you know, the building system, who cares about a building system? I kind of gave up on that too. So now we're here, and I've decided that I want to remake Oaklands in Godot. I don't want to try to make a crazy unlimited sandbox with infinite terrain that's like modifiable. I just want to make Oaklands, and I want it to be really community based. I want there to be like mods, custom maps, all sorts of cool stuff. Like, I want you to be able to create anything in Oaklands. Maybe you want to create like a roleplay situation. You could just make a map, like a community map, where everybody, like, you know, could do that there. And I think that'd be really cool. I just want something awesome like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've been working on it for a few days.
These goblins. These goblins. Needs more goblins.
And I already have a prototype of like a very bare bones terrain system that I would like to show everybody. So, you know, here's kind of my progress so far. So, you know, I have this old project that I was using as like experiments for Godot, and you know, we have beloved Meat Man. I just love Meat Man. He's like a hot dog. But then, you know,
Just scrap that immediately.
I have all these other assets that I was messing around with,
Meat Man's gotta go.
like platforms, and I can walk around, and I have walking sounds and jumping sounds and all that cool stuff. So I'm just going to use that as a base, and what I really want to accomplish is some cool terrain stuff, because, you know, we got to make things visually cool. So I like cool stuff. So yeah. In what better way to work with terrain than with water, a completely unrelated subject? Which is why I did that, because, you know, me keeping a
It's got ADHD. I'm calling it.
task, that doesn't happen. That's not a real thing. So, you know, I found this cool water shader and I made it pixelated, and it's so awesome because you can just like make it rise and fall and rise and fall, and I would just keep doing that over and over again. And I, instead of doing work, I would just do that. I'd just mess with the water. Somebody please help me, because I can't stop working with the water. Well, now that I'm actually trying, I made some terrain using a plugin called Terrain 3D. It's an
Yo, he's
on for Godot, and it's pretty freaking awesome. It allows you to make 2D height map based terrain. So, you know, I added some grass, some sand. The blending isn't very nice with it yet. I have to do these things called height blends, and I don't know how to do them yet, so I have to learn. But yeah, it looks so awesome. You know, the way the water clashes with the sand, I just love it. So I'm able to make terrain in my Godot, but I want other people to be able to edit terrain. That's what I'm going to do next. I really want to just make a terrain editor in Godot that uses the Terrain 3D plugin. And yeah. And boom, just like that, with the power of editing magic, I magically have a terrain editor. Well, not really an editor. You can just make the terrain go up and down. But, you know, that's not the point. I just click the magic Create Terrain Editor button, and
what's up, everyone? Sorry if I'm not getting to you.
boom, now it works like a charm. You know, obviously there's a lot I still need to do, like a free cam mode and like all the other options and brush patterns, and there's no UI, but it is so awesome. I love how I can just make the terrain go up and down and up and down, and I can walk through it. And I think we should ignore the fact that when I create terrain in a specific way, it crashes my game. Why does that happen? I don't know. Hopefully that just goes away with the magic fix bug button. So I made this little basic brush prototype with the UI, because I've never used Godot UI before, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like it. I don't like how Godot's UI system works at all, and I tried looking for alternatives, but I couldn't really find anything that would fit my needs.
Gotta hit up Luckfire, bruh. Hit him up.
I don't like it, and maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I just suck. I'm brand new to using it, so maybe I just have to learn. But yeah, I mean, it looks cool, I guess. It just doesn't feel very, you know, flavorful. Doesn't feel very unique. So hopefully we can work on that eventually, but for now,
More spices. We need more spices. You're right.
I'm leaving it as this. And that's pretty much everything I've done so far. I thought I would just kind of like show a small progress report. I kind of want to get user input on like what they would want to see, and I want to make an enjoyable game, I guess. My biggest worry is people don't really want to play a Steam game or, you know, an Xbox game. They want to play a Roblox game, but I just wanted to try making something new. So I guess let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of like the concept of this whole idea, because I'm kind of curious what people think about that. And yeah, sorry for my cringy devlog. Hopefully we can do better in the future, but I suck at editing. So yeah, enjoy. Goodbye.
Okay. This is what I'll say. My opinion on it. Guys, put your opinions down in the comments. I would love... So, some people might say, it's already fine on Roblox, but I'm sure there's a reason why. There's probably some limitations for Roblox because you're using their engine. I bet there's pros and cons about using Roblox or Oaklands, but I think Oaklands is getting so ambitious. It needs a different platform. If it goes to like Steam, something like that, you bet I'll be playing it. And you won't get that stigma that it's a Roblox game. You know what I mean? Like, there's a million people that you even talk to now that they're like, oh, like, I'll be wearing the merch or whatever, the Oaklands merch, just chilling, and be like, oh, what is that? And then I have to be like, it's like a Roblox game. You know, like, oh yeah, my 2-year-old, my 4-year-old plays that, and then you're just like, yeah, I know. What's like, well, a lot of people play. I mean, millions and millions of players. Like, you get a lot of player base, but you gotta think of like even what game that came from Roblox got super popular. You're going to get Scrap or whatever. Help me out in the chat. Like, that came from a Roblox game, like a Roblox developer. Yeah, you mentioned Roblox, and they're like, oh, it's a kid's game. Yeah. Unturned, no. Unturned did, I think, came from here, but Lethal Company, thank you, Lost Force. Like, Lethal Company. And yeah, and there wasn't recently, yeah, there was a limitation on the data, and Oaklands was a part of like the 18 or 20 games that are out there or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of us would hop on over. Show me in the comments of this video. I'm streaming right now, but of this video, if you guys would hop on over to Steam. I think with the ambitious way of Oaklands being developed right now, it's just, it's gonna get laggier and messier, not being on like something like Gudo or however you say that. Gudo! Yeah, show that you care, guys. And I now would actually buy it. I wouldn't say Oaklands 2, say it's Oaklands 2. I would still say it's Oaklands, but like, I don't know, would you say it's 2 or just say Oaklands remastered or something? Because it's still Oaklands, it's not like a different map or anything. Or maybe if it is a different map but same concept on Steam. There's a lot of stuff bubbling in my head, so someone suggested Oakland's New Beginnings. Right? I like that. Oaklandia. But very, it's a cool little concept. What do you? Yeah, but if it does pop up, you know, I'd be getting it. I'd love it to run on something else, and I think maybe the terrain stuff, like having users. When I think of mods, I think of that way in the future. I feel like if you have a good concept of like the game, it's actually out of alpha or whatever, it's like everything's running good. I think that's when you introduce mods, because they might get really complicated if you do a lot of mods in the early stages. But I don't know. Maybe it's easy, and I'm not too versed in that. But I think like for like developers, like creating islands and different stuff like that would be really cool. But end of the video. This is end of the video, not end of the stream. So I'm gonna put up the ending part. Did you guys know that you can get 10% off your entire order by using code Theofficialbrick to get some Oaklands IRL merch? You better get them. These are gonna be vintage if Oaklands 2 is coming out, so you gotta get them now. I made a song about it.
I got a superstition, I ain't talking about ghosts. In the description, you can copy the code. At the end of the day, everybody needs clothes. Logo on the front and back by the desktop, man. Use a code official, put 10 off that. Loop block, got that IRL merch in the bag. So if you're real Oaklands fan, I'ma need y'all to stand. And if you got the money, go and get it now. Loop block. If you got the money, go and get it now. Loop block. If you got the money, go and get it now. Loop block. If you got the money, go and get it now. Link in the bio, click that link.
And if it goes to Steam, I want a gramophone, because I played this one. Gramophone!